Hello guys, welcome to Daddy Share Space and welcome to my channel. So in this episode of Daddy Share Space Daily, I just want to give a short little update because I didn't get much done today. So when I got off work, I had to go to my cell phone provider because I have insurance on my phone, that iPhone 10 that I cracked the screen on. It's given ghost touching issues, and also the port doesn't charge. So I was successful at being able to do a warranty or an insurance claim with my phone. So I'm not gonna have to go out of pocket and buy some expensive new phone. My phone is gonna be replaced through the insurance that I've been paying, which, you know, I find fairly satisfactory because I have been paying insurance on that phone for about 7 years and have not used it. So I'm looking forward to getting a new phone and doing away with the ghost touching. Unfortunately, because I had to go over there and go to that appointment and deal with that, I didn't get to do what I wanted to do today, which was I was going to go to my local Woodcraft and either pick up the 36-inch Woodpecker's Rule, or I was also looking at the small little Festool, what do you call it? Level that can fit in a sustainer in the handle. I was looking at that. I think it's about 65 bucks or something like that. And then the other thing I was looking into was the laminate blade for the TS60. So I've had a few questions about, you know, which saw is best for laminate. You know, do you really need to get the TSV60, or are you okay with another type of saw, or is it best to just get a laminate blade for the saw that you currently have? And so I look forward to testing that question out. And so this is what my plan is. My plan is to pick up the laminate blade for the TS60. Now the benefit of that is the TS60 and the TSV60 both use the same blade. And I also believe that the Festool CS Sys 50 table saw also uses the same blade as well. So if you happen to buy, whether it be the aluminum blade, the fine cut blade, or the laminate blade, which I'm speaking about originally, if you buy any of these blades, then you can interchange them between these particular saws. So I'm going to pick up the laminate blade, and this is my plan. My plan is to compare or do a video where I'll use the TS60 on I think I have a piece of laminate somewhere here in the shop. I'll use the TS60 with the stock blade, and then we'll come back and we'll do the TSV60 with the scoring blade, and then we'll take the laminate blade, we'll put it on the TSV60 and make a cut, and we'll do a comparison between the TS60 with the fine tooth blade, the TSV60 with the scoring cut, and then the TS60 with the laminate blade. And then after all of that is done and we get a look at what the results look like, we'll follow that up with what I would assume would be the best of the best. And that would be if we take a laminate blade and put it on the TSV60 and use the scoring feature as well. I'm thinking that, at least in theory, that should be the best of all worlds there. So we'll give that a shot as well. Whether that'll all be in one video, I'm not 100% sure, but that is what my plan is. So I may pick up the blade tomorrow from Woodcraft, as it seems that my local Woodcraft has that blade in stock. It's $95 just for the blade. Now what I did receive today was the Makita cut strip, and I'm going to install this on my TS, what is that? That's the 75-inch rail, the 1900, the newer version with the cutouts. And we're going to test and see how this works out on that particular rail. And I'm going to do a video about that. I was going to do it this evening. However, I got home late because it took about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, just to get my smartphone situation settled. So I was unable to go to Woodcraft because they closed at like 7 p.m. And that kind of knocked me off my little schedule. Now, something else that I wanted to update is I do remember speaking in a previous video that I went ahead and pre-ordered the stainless steel 32-inch T-square from Woodpeckers that came out recently. The one that had the price drop originally. They wanted $199, or that's what it was listed at, but it was on sale for $179. And then I looked at it a few days later, and they had dropped the price down. The real, or the regular price, was going to be $179, and the introductory sale price was going to be $129.99. That's for the 32-inch rule. And at least when I was reading it originally, it said that it was going to be released in November, like November 28th or something like that. So I pre-ordered it. Well, a few days ago, I got a notification from Woodpecker that my order process. Well, my wife asked me, "Hey, did you spend $150, the other day?" And I was like, "No, I didn't." But then I realized that it was the price of the stainless steel T-square was $154 with tax and shipping. And so I go and check my account, and I realized that they've already shipped it. And so I think if everything goes in order, it's going to come tomorrow, which will be Saturday. And so we'll do probably a little bit of an unboxing of that and do a little bit of a comparison of the stainless steel square and compare it to the aluminum 32-inch square that I have here in the shop already. So we do have that coming down the pipeline. So we're going to do a video about putting on the splinter strip, and over time we'll see how well that works. I did watch a video, Festool, to see how to properly apply the strip. So we'll go through all those steps. I also watched Sedge Tool, which is, Festool Sedge. He has his own channel. I watched that, and I watched him apply the splinter guard as well. Learned some things that I didn't know. One of the things being that I believe some of my newer rails actually did have a little bit of an overhang or something like that, and that could have contributed to my rails peeling. Right now I'm sitting next to my 1080, which is peeling now. And in the video that Sedge presented, he said that you could put a little bit of CA glue once it starts peeling away. So that's good to know. I didn't know that. I didn't consider that because I didn't want to damage my rail or have any long-lasting issues after you invest so much. I was actually thinking about putting clear tape on the back, but I thought maybe it might alter something. So I didn't do anything. So mine has delaminated. But here at Daddy Share Space, we're going to go ahead. We're going to try this Makita cut strip. We're going to go to the dark side and see if I get better results. And a part of me was thinking, well, maybe I don't want to use the black cut strip because maybe there may be some kind of a marking or something that could come off on different types of material. But then when you turn the Festool rail over and look on the bottom side of it, both of those this non-stick strips are black. So that shouldn't be a problem, and I haven't had any problems with my Makita and DeWalt Traxall rails, so it shouldn't be an issue overall. Anyways, I think this is going to be a shorter video today simply because I got home late. I'm a bit tired. So I think I'll wrap this video up just speaking about my Kapex saws that I have here in the shop. So every now and then when I'll just have these random thoughts that go through my head, and there seem to be a lot of people, there are people that think that the Kapex saw is just amazing, just great. And then there's a group of people that feel like, it's so overpriced, it's whatever. Most people that I've listened to have verbalized that the Kapex is overpriced. We're talking about the 120, obviously, coming in at $1,600 US, or $1,599. And I would be on. I have to be honest. I think it is a very, very expensive saw. I can't vouch for the fact of it being so expensive. I can't justify that price. There are features that I like about it. So I do like this particular clamp hold down. Now, I'm not saying that this is as powerful as the traditional clamps that come on other brands, but I really like the functionality of this particular clamp hold down. And obviously I'm a big fan of how the KS120, how you can articulate the head from left to right by turning the handle on the front of the saw that's connected to one of the rails. I think that those are pretty innovative features, and I'm not saying that's $1,600 worth, but something that I would just say, you know, for us to consider when we think about, you know, not just the Kapex, but Festool tools in general, is if you go out and you say buy a top of the line DeWalt or top of the line Makita or a top of the line Milwaukee, the 12-inch versions and such, they run about, I want to say, about $700-800. Now the 10-inch versions obviously are cheaper. I know the Milwaukee right offhand, the 10-inch version is about $599. However, the other brands that have the 10-inch blades, they don't have the capacity to go into that special mode that the Festool Kapex can, so that they can try to reach up to that 12-inch capacity. Now, of course, we know that there are some limitations with that 12-inch capacity cut on the Festool. It's not a sliding action. However, it does give you the ability to, you know, cut some things that are a little bit deeper than the average 10-inch saw. The thing that, you know, I kind of highlight, you know, obviously you have some special quirks about the saw as far as, you know, it having, you know, specialized clamp, it having the spring inside of the head so that you can tilt it at different angles and it kind of holds on its own. Something that I've not found in any of the other miter saws that I have here in the shop. But the other thing that I notice about, say, the Milwaukee and the DeWalt, which I do have here, if you pay that $700-800 for the 12-inch miter saw, and you go on, let's say, to a job site, and, or God forbid, someone breaks it to your home and they steal it, the one thing you don't get with the Milwaukee and the DeWalt is theft protection. And that's one of the things that, you know, we shouldn't overlook when we look at the high price of a Festool tool, is the fact that these tools actually have a 3-year all-inclusive warranty that does include theft protection. Now, personally, I do not want to experience having to make that claim, but there's no other brand that I'm familiar with that offers a 3-year, even, you know, with theft protection as well. So that, if you think about it, it's almost like, you know, a get out of jail free card, if you will. Now, as I said, I haven't looked into the depths of the details of that. I don't know if you have to pay some kind of copay or how that is, but if I bought an $800, $700 Milwaukee miter saw and someone walked off with it, then I just have to go pay $700 more, and that puts me really close to where the Festool saw is, and then you have those additional features. Not trying to justify the cost of the Festool, but it was just a point, you know, when I sit down and I think about things like this, it kind of makes me look at things from different angles. And I don't know, I mean, as I said, I don't know of any other tool brand that offers theft protection, you know, when you register the tool out of the box. And, you know, that's something that I don't think we can, you know, just kind of brush aside. That being said, I think that's about all that I'm going to have to talk about today. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch my videos. I want to thank you guys for the positive encouragement. And I hope to continue to get better at making these videos. You know, I'm still working out some kind of a plan where I can do all the different things that I have in my head. There's only 24 hours in a day, so whenever I have any kind of life setbacks, it kind of knocks me off course. This Daddy Share Space Daily is giving me the opportunity to just reach out and talk to you guys on a more regular basis so that you kind of understand what I'm thinking. You can kind of anticipate some of the things that I'm trying to do with the channel, and then also, you know, you kind of get a feel for, you know, who I am as a person. And yeah, I just think that, you know, going forward, a lot of work to be done to try to, I guess, make this channel a little bit more valuable to those that watch it. I know in my heart what I'm trying to share. I don't feel like I've gotten it across as well as I would like to. And I will reiterate that from time to time, the fact that, you know, I'm a registered nurse by trade. I am not a woodworker by trade. I do not work in construction, never have. I did take a shop course when I was in high school a long time ago. I wish I would have took more time with that course. I did have an uncle that worked in, he was a carpenter and a cabinet maker. I wish I would have spent a little bit more time with him when he was alive to learn that skill set. But by that time, when I was kind of spending time with him, we would just kind of watch football on Sundays, and I was working as a registered nurse already, so my mind was not open enough to really see how learning these types of skills would have benefited me in so many other ways in my life. So I wish I would have took more of a advantage of that. I didn't. You know, of course, he's passed on now, so that's not an opportunity that I could take advantage of. But day by day, I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep trying to come up with some better ideas for how I can be more efficient in my off time, you know, time off of my day job, and try to figure out how to move the needle forward. Anyways, I'm just rambling now. Thank you guys for taking time to watch the video, and I'll see you in my next one.